In the annals of history, few figures shine as brightly and fiercely as Queen Njinga Mbande of Ndongo and Matamba, a name whispered with reverence and defiance, a leader who stood against the relentless tide of European expansion. But who was this extraordinary woman, and how did she forge a legacy that continues to inspire centuries later? Born around 1583 into the Mbundu kingdom of Ndongo in what is now Angola, Njinga entered a world already gripped by profound change. The Portuguese, driven by desires for mineral wealth and the ever-growing demand for enslaved people, were encroaching rapidly on African lands. From a young age, Njinga was unlike many of her royal peers. She was intelligent, cunning, and fiercely independent. While her brothers were tutored, she was often found observing her father, the Angola Kiluanji Kiasamba, in council, absorbing the complexities of diplomacy and the brutal realities of warfare. She learned early that survival for her people meant understanding power, not just wielding it. The escalating slave raids and military skirmishes with the Portuguese were a constant, terrifying backdrop to her formative years. Njinga's diplomatic genius first shone brightly when her brother, the then Angola, dispatched her to negotiate a peace treaty with the Portuguese governor in Luanda in 1622. It was here, in the heart of the enemy's colonial stronghold, that Njinga orchestrated one of the most audacious displays of royal power. Upon entering the negotiation chamber, she immediately noticed the calculated slight: a grand chair for the governor, but only a simple floor mat for her. A clear message of inferiority. Without hesitation, Njinga signaled to one of her attendants. The man immediately knelt, forming a human seat. Njinga sat upon him, regal and composed, ensuring she met the governor eye to eye. It was a silent, powerful declaration. She would not be diminished. She was an equal. This act, widely documented, sent shockwaves. It forced the Portuguese to acknowledge her as a sovereign power, not a subordinate. She successfully negotiated a favorable treaty, showcasing her unmatched political acumen. Following the suspicious death of her brother, Njinga navigated the treacherous currents of succession. Some historians suggest her hand in the affair. Others credit her strategic genius for seizing a vacuum of power. Regardless, she rose to become queen, first as regent, then proclaiming herself sovereign of Ndongo, and eventually the powerful kingdom of Matamba. Njinga understood that to truly resist Portugal, she needed more than just diplomacy. She transformed her court into a refuge for runaway slaves known as Colombos in Brazil, who often brought valuable knowledge of Portuguese tactics and weaponry. She built a diverse and formidable army, training men and women in the art of war. Her military strategies were innovative and ruthless. She employed devastating guerrilla tactics, using the dense African landscape to her advantage, ambushing Portuguese forces and disrupting their supply lines. She would even align with Dutch forces, playing European powers against each other, a masterclass in calculated alliances. For decades, she fought tirelessly, preventing total Portuguese conquest of her territories. Her determination was unwavering, her resolve unbreakable, even as she faced immense personal loss and constant warfare. Queen Njinga's reign spanned over 40 years, an incredible feat in an era of constant conflict and colonial ambition. She lived to the age of 80, a testament to her resilience and the loyalty she inspired in her people. Her story is not just one of military prowess, but of unwavering commitment to the sovereignty of her people. She adapted, she converted to Christianity for strategic alliances, only to renounce it when it suited her people's best interests, always prioritizing the survival and independence of Ndongo and Matamba. Today, Queen Njinga stands as a towering figure in African history, a symbol of fierce resistance, brilliant diplomacy, and female leadership. She is a national hero in Angola, a beacon for those who fought against slavery and colonialism, and an eternal reminder that true power often comes from courage, wit, and an unshakable will to be free. What do you think of Queen Njinga's incredible story? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into African history, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more untold stories of resilience and power.